By the way, y'all need to just go ahead and watch that Dr. J footage on his YouTube streets, especially that Game 4 Eastern Conference against the New York Knicks. It's available out here. You need to do yourself a favor. So if you want to hear LeBron James tell you lies and lie to you, at least Giannis acknowledged it. Watch the Dr. J footage from the 70s, please. No 3-point lines, physicality, and on both sides, he was leaping and blocking shots. Do it for yourself. I tell people all the time about Dr. J. If this was just his ABA career, top six ever. Because he won league MVPs, titles. He was dominant. He was the most exciting, best player going. His NBA career, he was still somewhere between 11 and 25. And if you factor in all together, you can't talk about the 12 to 15 greatest players in NBA history without that man's name coming up. Because he did the whole thing. The reason why they don't tell you about him is because he was black with it. Had that afro, and he was hanging on rims, and he went to the rival league, and he wouldn't kiss the ring. That's the reality. He defied and he did something, he went against the grain. Think about it. But they see you create your own lane. But they don't want to tell you about how great Dr. J was. They really don't. They mad. And I'm telling you that systematic institutionalized racism is real. They've been selling you that Magic, Bird, and Jordan saved the league. Dr. J saved the league, yo, because he took the streets to the court. And he did it in a dignified, classy way. That's the thing about it. See, I'm going to tell you like this, which ain't fashionable to say, but it's the truth. Dr. J was more classy than those three. Bird, the hick from French Lick, and I love Bird, but Bird wasn't exactly the classiest dude. Magic adapted into LA, he was country bumpkin. And Jordan, they had to get him, again, the jury, he wasn't like that. Dr. J kept it classy. He kept it classy. And arguably should have been one of the basketball ambassadors. That was a different brand and era where he played, in the way he styled and what have you. But I'd be cracking up because that footage, I remember, listen, I don't even have to watch any videos on YouTube. I can tell you memories from the early 80s, the things that he did, the moves. I still remember that dunk against Michael Cooper hanging in the air, the shot over under the rim, Mark Landsberg and Kareem, and he went up under. His creativity, they all talk about, well, he shot a bank shot and he could shoot bank shot. His defense, they don't want to tell you that. Doug Collins don't want to talk about it. They don't want to tell you. Yeah, he needed a center. That's back when you had to have a center to play your position like that. But this cat had ball handling skills. Small forward at that time when you actually played a position. Not where you were just a guard or you were impersonating a guard and you were just shooting all over the place. This guy dominated, yo. This guy was hanging in the air, but causing havoc on both sides of the court. Handheld, hand check, they was calling everything. So, and he put his whole body into it. He just had the Chuck Taylor Converse. He didn't get the kind of the fish that saved Pittsburgh was his movie. He had his own movie. In the same era he was happening in. Let that sink in the 70s. Jordan had to wait till 94, 95 with Space Jam. That took Jordan like about 10 years. Dr. J had all that in the same decade with the shoes. And he came from another league too, the rival league. They don't tell you about Dr. J in the 70s. They don't want you to know the truth. They want you to just think that the way they created their rivalry, out of LA and Boston and Chicago. Dr. J came to Philly. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that he was actually more street than Allen Iverson. And he was more equipped than Jordan was. And he was as much box office and important to TV ratings as Bird and Magic. They don't want to tell you that. And he was part of the team that had one of the greatest postseason runs, 4-4-4, with him and Moses Malone and those cats. But they just tell you Shaq and Kobe, and they throw you Curry and Durant, and they try to manipulate something LeBron did, even though he ain't in that kind of argument. Just keeping it 100. That Dr. J in the 70s hits differently. Y'all need to check out them videos. And then when you hear LeBron say that Giannis would have put 250 in the game, and you watch Dr. J go coast to coast against Bob McAdoo, who was the Dirk and the Durant of his era, and the Kevin Garnett of his era, you need to go ask somebody. There was a lot of great talent back then. George Gervin, I can name them. Cats was scoring 67 points, like David Thompson. Guys were scoring with no 3-point line, no flopping, no acting, no Euro step, no traveling, no favorite calls to get 20 free throws with your beard like James Harden. I'm going to call you out. You wouldn't have made it back then. I'm telling you. But Dr. J in the 70s was like O.J. Simpson on the football field, Muhammad Ali in the boxing ring, Reggie Jackson up to bat. And classy like Arthur Ashe on the tennis court. You better ask somebody. And like Wendell Scott on the race car circuit. You better ask somebody. And Pele on the soccer field. You better ask somebody. And Richard Pryor on the stage, it was poetic. You better ask somebody about Dr. J in the 70s. And who else you want to put musically? Or like Soul Train? You better ask somebody. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.